What's up? We're talking about being a catalyst for change, allowing God to use us to bring about a change that just makes a difference, that wrecks the world in a good way. We're looking at Acts chapter 3. We've seen that Peter and John and some of the disciples, they had a regular habit of prayer, so they had a healthy habit. We saw that found people find people by looking for them. Let's keep reading in this story. Verse 5, we're looking at a story of a man who was brought to the temple to beg, and he's encountered the disciples. And here's what happens in verse 5. It says, the lame man looked at them, Peter and John, eagerly expecting some money. But Peter said, I don't have any silver or gold to give you, but I'll give you what I have. In the name of Jesus Christ, the Nazarene, get up and walk. I love this story because the beggar asked for money. Remember, he probably saw Jesus several times. He may have witnessed even a blind person receiving their sight. Surely he knew who Peter and James were. I mean, I'm reading into the text a little bit, but come on. After what happened on the day of Pentecost, all those loud people speaking in all those languages, they were the talk of the town. So why did he ask them for money? I believe this beggar was convinced he couldn't be healed. I believe he was convinced he could never rise above his station. So many times, people seek a temporary fix, be that money or sex or love or relationships or education. They seek a temporary fix to something so much deeper. In the veil of pain and darkness, it can actually cause you to lose hope. Have you ever felt that way? Hopeless? I know I have. See, we, Christ followers, we have to be people of compassion who understand this. So instead of just offering temporary solutions, we really need to get to the root of it all. We have to offer them what we do have. What do we have in us that can actually get to the meat of what someone is dealing with? If you look at verse 5, he looked at them expecting something. So he asked, expecting them to give something, money, but he had an expectation. And you better believe if you're a Christ follower, people will expect something from you. Let me ask you, what are you giving? Let's keep reading. Verse 7 it says, then Peter took the lame man right by his hand. He helped him up. And as he did, the man's feet and ankles were instantly healed and strengthened. He jumped up, stood on his feet, and began to walk. I love that Luke gives us that detail. He jumped up, stood up. What was he going to stand up on? I don't know, Luke. Come on. He jumped up, stood on his feet, and then began to walk. Then walking and leaping, he was praising God. He went into the temple with them. And Peter says to them, I don't have any earthly wealth, but what I have is eternal. Peter could have given him some pocket change and left him to go on his way. But Peter knew that wealth and silver and gold, Peter knew something worth so much more than just silver and gold. Peter gave an eternal solution to an earthly problem. A lot of times we do that backwards. We want to give earthly solutions to eternal problems, but he gave them what he had. Jesus, the most precious gift that you and I can share with anyone else. There's no dollar, no affection, there's no prize that compares with the saving knowledge of Jesus. You say, Carl, are you saying that I should just go to homeless people and ignore their need for food and say, God bless you? No, we shouldn't do that because James tells us later on in the New Testament not to do that. But what I'm saying is, don't just give them the material thing. Pray for God to open your eyes and your heart for the opportunity to give them what will really help them. Well, Carlo, are you saying that every homeless person is far from God and doesn't love Jesus? I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying that whatever situation someone is in, I know something we all need all of the time, and that is Jesus. I don't have any money to give you, but what I do have, I'm going to give you. Healthy habits make a difference. They set the stage to be in those positions. Found people find people by looking. You're not going to see the need if you don't have your eyes and your heart open to see what God is doing. And here's what's cool. Generosity includes sharing Jesus. Well, you say, he didn't tell him about Jesus. He healed him. No. First of all, Jesus healed him. And second of all, he said, in the name of Jesus, on the authority and by the authority of the Son of the living God, get up. And now that name Jesus, it's powerful. Everyone must have heard about that name of Jesus. The name of Jesus changes everything. And listen, your love and action done in the name of Jesus could be a catalyst to life change. I'll talk to you later.